Hey everyone, welcome back to She Birds Podcast. Today's guest is Ishma. Hi Ishma.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much for being a guest today.
Thank you for letting me.
So, can you tell my
It's,
listeners and your readers a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your book, The Prince BloodLight?
a little bit about me is I'm a newly author, you might as well say. I've only published one book, but I've self-published it, so it's kind of not the greatest, if I'm being honest. But I've been writing since 8, 9. Really got into it when I turned 15, though.
Oh.
And that's a little bit about that. A little bit about Prince BloodLight is, I don't know how to really explain it. Sorry, this is so weird. So the
It's okay.
blurb
Is
itself,
it your first interview?
yes,
Oh,
it,
I've had a few people on here that's new and they've been like nervous and stuff.
yeah, it's my first time, but it's kind of hectic. I'm not gonna lie. So a little bit about Prince. The whole point of it is like this not wed. Oh my gosh, I don't even know the words now. A new king who was just crowned. He has to like figure out a way to get peace with all these other kingdoms, but he keeps having troubles with one of the girls who's a leader of one of the places. They're called the Sphinxes. And so he kind of has problems with her throughout the entire book, but he ends up falling in love with her too. And so it like makes the story kind of different in a way. Not really. It's just there's a lot of betrayal between those two because of her. Um I published the book back in August 2022, but I'm rewriting it right now, and so I gotta republish it and everything. So there's that for all the readers who are interested.
Oh
So the
wow.
book that you guys are buying right now, I'm gonna say this because it's on live. Anybody who buys the book, the first edition, I plan on sending them the second edition for free because it's I feel so bad for people that have already bought it now that I'm rewriting it and everything. But the Prince BloodLight, it's part of a series. There's 4 books in the series, and it's only the first one. But it kind of leaves on a cliffhanger, which begs to differ what even happens in the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what else to say.
It's all right. So, how did you develop the characters? Like, how did the character development come into play?
Um, Honestly, that's a good question because when I was writing the characters, I came up with a name, and then like the main guy character. This is gonna sound funny to say, but I always base the characters off of who I like at the moment, or like who I kind of view who I would like, to be honest, and then the main girl characters off myself. And then so the first, like the main 2 characters, the character development kind of goes based off of how I see those people like through my own eyes. As for like the side characters, like there's a character named Akani. She I don't know what I was thinking when I made that character. She's I figured out the name, and then everything else I just threw in as I went, to be honest.
Oh, okay. So, who is your favorite character?
Um, that's a good question. I think my favorite character would either have to be the main character Dexter or his best friend Rexia.
Oh,
It's
why?
why?
Yeah.
Because as I'm rereading the book, I used to say that Okia was my favorite, but now that I'm rereading the book, I've realized that Dexter, the way that he is and the way I wrote him, he's such a kind person, and he tries his best to like do things for the better of his people, pretty much. So he's like always there for his friends, always there for his people, always there for his family, that type of stuff. Rex, yeah, he's just a cool, the way I wrote him, he's just a cool dude. He's chill back, always there for his best friend, that type of stuff. So
Oh wow. So what was your hardest scene to write in of your book?
What was that again?
What was your hardest scene to write? Like
The hardest thing. That's I've got to think about that, to be honest, because I think just writing it in general, like there's moments where it just came to my heart, but then there's moments where I just couldn't think of anything because I threw in a lot of plot twists.
there's a lot of plot twists in your book.
In my opinion, there's quite a few. But I mean, the story kind of interesting in a way.
Oh wow. What was the most fun part to write about your book?
Sorry, my phone keeps like glitching out. It's being dumb.
What was the fun part to write about your book?
Um, I'd have to say writing the relationship slash friendship between the two people, the two main characters, watching them go from hating each other to, being best friends and in love with each other. I think that was my favorite part.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. So how long did it take for you to write your book?
Um, I don't know.
Probably like
What
a
was
few
that?
years, like a lot of the other authors. A lot of authors that I've interviewed on here, they said it takes them like years to write a book. I'm like, really?
This book, this whole series so far, it's only taken me for each book. It's only taken me a year to write them.
Oh, okay, that's not
Literally a
bad.
span of a year to write it.
That's
It's
not bad at
crazy.
all.
I have a Yeah, actually, I hear other authors say that it takes them like years on end, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what am I doing wrong?
No, just sometimes
I
people like take longer because they have other things going on in their lives, so it takes them like a years to write the first book.
Yeah, that's understandable though, especially when they have a life outside of writing where they have to go to work and do stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, there's my dog. So I wanted to talk a little bit about your page. I think it came up. Okay, is it up? Yeah, it is up. Okay, so I want to talk about a little bit about your page of what you sell on here. Can you go through and tell us what you sell on your website?
Okay, so a little bit about my little Etsy shop. I actually created this for me and my siblings as a way to like bond between each other. But I also wanted a way to like give my readers extra things for my books themselves. So I'm gonna start out with the book box. That's my main thing I've sold, I think. I just started it like last year, like last June or something. So it
Oh,
hasn't been that long since I've had that. But my book boxes, they they come with a book, my book, of course. That sounds mean to say. That was rude. I'm so sorry.
it's
Um,
okay.
but I tried to make all the items in the book box due to like the same way as stuff in the book itself. So like the candles, there's one of the candle one of the things you get in the box is a candle, and it's usually made as the way of one of the characters. So like Dexter or Okia or something like that, but the way that you think they would smell in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah. And
That's kind of
then
neat.
yeah, I kind of want to give the readers a way to like really imagine the characters in the book themselves. So I kind of made the book box itself, yes, but then I also made the candles for the characters and then bookmarks and everything.
Ooh,
I
those
don't
are
I don't know what to really say about the Etsy shop though, because it's still pretty new.
it is. How long have you been running it for?
I've only had it up since I think June, July last year.
Oh, okay, that's
I
not
didn't
bad.
actually get a Yeah, it's been a work in progress. I'm still learning things as I go.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I like the little gingerbread earrings. Those are cute.
Those, yeah, I got those. I got an idea to do something Christmas themed, and I saw those, and like, those are perfect. But they make me question how I do things sometimes because I made those and I'm like, this is weird.
That's cute. So, so once you get your other books going and like get them up and running, then I would love to invite you back on the podcast so that you could speak more about your like the whole series and then get it up and
Yeah,
running and like more listeners and stuff. So, I want to thank you so much for being a guest today and being on my podcast.
thank you for letting me come and say hi to everyone.
And it's your very first one too. So hopefully next time you'll be like
Yeah.
a little bit more talkative.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know what, like, I was trying to come up with all these things to talk about, and my mind just, I couldn't think of anything.
It's all right. It's all right. It's your first time. But you have a great day, okay?
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hey everyone, I want to thank you all so much for listening to She Blurs podcast. And if you would like to purchase anything from Ishma's website, Etsy, you can go in here. It is the Ockerman, I think I'm pronouncing it right, the Ockerman design. And you can go on here to purchase the Prince BloodLight book box. And like she said, she's rewriting it. So she's sending the one of them for free, I think is what she said. So yeah, definitely go on there and purchase it. I'm definitely adding the rewrite to my to be read list. It does sound like a great story, so I hope you all go and check it out. Thank you all so much for listening to She Blurs podcast, and see you next time. Bye.